Bob Dillon, President, Unique Home Solutions.
How are you?
Sir?
Good to see you.
Happy New Year as well.
Happy New Year to you.
Is this a busy time for
It's starting to get a real busy time.
Okay.
You know, everybody feels the cold drafts through their windows,
exactly.
So what do they want to do? They want to get new windows.
They're like, oh, they didn't feel it in September, October. For someone who may be considering it or are sick of wearing, you know, a Snuggie or something whenever they want to sit by an exterior wall near a window, are there some telltale signs besides just feeling cold that we should be looking for?
Well, you can always, if you put your hand up here and you feel a draft coming through, or you're here at your meeting rail, you know you've got an infiltration loss. And so new windows can take care of that. This time of year, you know, they'll recommend you to caulk around your windows.
That's what I was going to say.
And so that'll stop the air from coming around the frame. Matter of fact, a lot of the air loss comes around frames, and that's one of the things that we started this year. You might hate us for it, but we now will do what's called a complete tear out of your window.
Okay.
And the advantage of that, sometimes we'll put your window in here, you'll get no air loss, no radiant loss,
right.
but you'll still feel a draft. And you're like, your windows are bad. And we're like, no, your wall's bad. Because where you have weight wells behind the window, a standard insulation doesn't insulate that.
Define what a weight well is for people who don't know.
Old windows had weights in them, and so the weights would pull the window down when you raised it up.
Yeah, it was the counterbalance. Yeah, exactly. And it's a gap. It's a necessary gap for old windows, but not new.
Not new windows. So now what we can do with our deluxe installation, if you have that scenario, we can tear out the whole opening, we'll put the window out to the stud, we'll spray foam insulation to it, so you'll have no draft here, no draft here, or no draft here.
Did you come up with that after? Because of my house? You know,
your house wasn't part of that. But there were several instances why we came up with it. You have small windows. Sometimes people with replacement windows lose 2 inches of glass space.
Sure.
And they don't want to do that. Well, with this installation, you lose no glass space.
Okay.
So you get all the same insulating qualities, no gas space. We're always going to insulate better around your window. And then, if you notice this piece of trim here,
yes,
we got 3 different colors, or we can leave it plain for you. If you've got a drywall house, and instead of just putting that little L channel of vinyl that doesn't look that pretty, we could actually trim out your window in pine, have a light, medium, dark stain. And then some people have cats, and they want them to set in their windows, or they got flowers they want them to set in their windows. So we can actually...
I don't have a cat.
I didn't say you, said some people.
They sit on the outside of the window is what's going on at my house.
And we can make the stool wide enough for a cat or a flower part or anything. So we can actually customize the installation to make your house look even more beautiful than it already does.
And I know somebody might be thinking, all right, you got home improvement contractors all over promising different things, and they'll send a crew to do whatever the job is. Your crews are specific to the task.
Our crews are not only employees, but we have window crews for windows, and we have siding crews for siding, and roofing crews for roofing.
So there won't be a roofer putting in the window. The window crew puts in the windows.
Absolutely.
That's the sort of thing. Well, let's talk a little bit because, again, I have a cat outside my door. This is day 16, by the way. The cat being outside the door. And the kids were playing near the door, exterior door, and my daughter actually commented on the fact that it was a lot colder by the door. The glass pane itself, and you talk about air leakage, but that could be a big factor too. The radiant
loss. Now, what you want to look for when you're shopping for windows is something called a U factor. It's a combination of your radiant rating, your infiltration rating, and to be Energy Star qualified, it's got a rate of 0.27 or below.
Okay.
And you'd be surprised how many windows out there don't qualify. But the lower that rating, the better the window.
So it's not just a matter of, well, if I get new windows, my house is going to be tighter.
You got to get the right.
You got to do the math. Okay. In terms of exterior as well, we talked about the trim on the inside. The exterior just as much of a factor in terms of efficiency.
And again, if you use that deluxe insulation now, we're going to take your whole opening down to the way it was when the house was built.
Okay.
You're going to have all new wood, and we're going to be able to insulate around to the studs. So it's going to be a completely insulated unit completely around your walls. So, which is different than the standard installation, like what you got, where we put it in the pocket, and if you still had leakage here, you'd still have
Sure. Nothing wrong with standard installation, trust me, it's pretty awesome. Now, another factor that a lot of people, when they get replacement windows, they think you have the option of white, or white.
And you do have the option of white, or white.
But you have
However,
options as well,
we have light wood grain, we have cherry wood grain, oak wood grain, dark wood grain, beige, brown. So you've got a whole array of colors. And then the exterior trim, we can actually customize that trim to any color you need.
I know. You did a really nice job with that as well. You've got a deal. You always have a deal going. But I saw this on the commercial the other day. I was like, whoa!
We have 2 really good deals going right now. You know, not all folks can get their windows done this winter because they do cost a little bit of money.
Sure.
So if you'll just let us come out and show you the window, we'll caulk your windows and doors free. So we'll make them not drafty for this winter, even if you can't afford to get them.
But then you can maybe start planning, that sort of thing. Okay.
And then if you can get them, we'll give you $350 trade-in for your old junky windows.
Man.
And I'm pretty sure most of the windows are not worth $350.
No. My first car didn't cost $350. You can go to the website, Unique Home Solution, and we also have that link to our website, indystyle.tv, or you can call 1-800-800-1970. I got my daughter singing that now.
Oh my God.
It replaced
He's pretty good.
It replaced the Friday song, which is
good.
better in the car on the way to school.
You like that one better, huh?